Hello everyone and welcome to Newegg TV. My name is Steve and today I have someone special in the studio, and if you notice she's right over here. This is Sonja Reid, aka Oh My God, it's FireFoxx, because oh my god, it's FireFoxx.
Oh my god.
So thank you so much for coming in the studio, Sonja, and I'm like happy to finally meet you in person. You are Canadian, but you will always be US in my heart.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
So we're obviously here to do a build with you, but I kind of want to put some things in context first. Like, who is Sonja Reid? So kind of starting that out, because I know you are a gamer, you also develop a lot of your own content, both on YouTube and Twitch.
Absolutely.
You video edit, you computer program, and you're
all sorts of nerdy stuff.
Yeah, you have the whole package. It's awesome. So why don't we just start maybe more at something that they can grasp onto first. So where did you first start gaming? Where did your love of gaming start?
My passion started,
Yes.
I was about 7 years old, and I tried to get the about in there. I tried not to get the about.
No,
about
do
7.
it. Just do it. Everybody loves it.
No, I was about 7 years old, and my grandpa used to have a DOS-based computer.
Okay.
And I would always go on. I'd sneak downstairs. I'd ignore everyone else. Sneak downstairs, and try to navigate the DOS-based commands and try to get through that. And he had Wolfenstein 3D, Crystal Caves, Commander Keen, Duke Nukem, like all of the old school, amazing DOS-based games.
Nice.
And I would spend hours down there. So that's kind of where everything started, the whole my love for computers, my love for gaming, and then shortly after it kind of transitioned to an N64, and it just grew from there.
Wow. So PC to console, clearly back to PC again. I'm really curious though, what gave you, how did that transition into you actually attending school to learn more about computers, including your hardware and your software knowledge?
I wanted to know, well, whenever I was on the DOS-based computers, I always wanted to navigate it and get more into it and see, what's going on. And it just intrigued me so much. And then kind of coupled with my whole gaming love, I wanted to actually develop video games.
Oh,
that was
wow.
my initial strive. I wanted to be a video game developer.
Awesome.
So I took 2 years of programming, which also included networking and building PCs and like all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But given my YouTube and Twitch channel, I've kind of leaned more towards gaming.
Basically, the success of you just playing games with others watching just turned into its own thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and that's pretty much what you're doing full time now.
Yeah, this is my full time.
So this is why it's so important to get this up and running.
Yes.
So speaking to that, I mean, I know you're in LA. You've been here for like the last week. What have you been doing?
Nothing.
No, you can't say nothing. I know it's not nothing.
Well, I mean, not going into the house. I have been staying inside this entire time, playing Destiny.
Nice.
Destiny. Sleep and then Destiny.
Okay.
Has been my last week, pretty
So
much.
did you open up a fortune cookie a week prior and it said your destiny is destiny?
My destiny is Destiny.
Because that would have been perfect.
That was, yes.
I wish we could have planned that earlier. So yes, but obviously that's PS4 title, right? You're playing on PS4 right now, so that's awesome. What do you think of it so far?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's the game I've been wanting for a while.
Really? So I'm curious then, if it comes out on PC, would you purchase it for PC too and start playing it?
Probably. I think it'd be a lot easier, especially like streaming-wise, if I could just play it right on my PC.
Nice.
So, I mean, not with the PC I have now, but
yeah, right.
with my laptop that I'm doing everything from, but it would catch on fire. But no, I'd definitely get it for PC.
Okay, that's fantastic. So then I'm curious then, what is your plans with the system once you get it back home?
Back home to Canada land,
Yeah.
I am going to be, gaming is kind of my top priority, as well as recording content, streaming content, and editing. Rendering is my big thing. Right now it's taking ages to render, so those are kind of my big things that I'd like to do.
Okay, fantastic. And any new games that you might be able to do now that you couldn't do because you had a laptop before?
League of Legends on high settings
is
going to make me cry. So excited.
So beautiful.
No, if I could play, right now I'm playing on like low, medium settings, so if I could play League of Legends on like high settings and actually be able to stream it all at the same time.
Plus play music and all the goods. Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
It's going to be nice.
You got to throw some more stuff at it, because I know you basically game based on your interests. You don't necessarily grab something because it's popular. You'll grab something and say, I want to play this game.
Yeah, mount your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then that basically means at some point or another you're going to run across something maybe like Star Citizen that's really going to push the system. So I'm looking forward to those streams as well. But to add to the value of this system, we basically talked to the vendors that we know. We threw together some system components for you, and the crown of the system, I would call that, is this Intel Core i7 processor. This is the new X99 platform-based LGA 2011 version 3 socket processor that is the 5820K. And this thing is a beast.
It's beautiful.
Yes, 6 threads, 6 cores, 12 threads, 28 PCIe lanes, and it's on the Enthusiast X99 platform. It just launched. I mean, this thing is phenomenal, and in terms of rendering, you're going to have no issues. Albeit that it is the third of the 3 rungs of the X99 platform, but don't worry about that. Like this thing is boss. Trust me, you're going to be so stoked with this.
I think it'll do the job.
Yes, and I've never used the word boss on camera, so that's really awkward.
This thing's boss.
This thing's boosy. That's what I would usually say, or something like that. So yeah, so this thing is awesome. So I can't wait to find out what you get in terms of your rendering times, like how that cuts down. So please get back to us about that.
Oh, for sure.
I want to know more. So probably the most important thing I should mention is that I actually wasn't able to procure this particular processor for you. You have a special story as to how that happened. Can you relate to all of us?
So basically, after I'm realizing that my laptop likes to shut off halfway through my streams, and that is unacceptable for what I do for a living, I decided to basically have a #SaveThePC stream. So I was going to stream until my laptop caught on fire, and just keep going, raising donations to put towards a new build.
Wow.
So out of that, thanks to my Fox family and all the people watching me on Twitch, they have made it possible for me to get this amazing new processor. So shouts outs to my Fox family.
That's so cool. Yes, and thank you guys for that too, because this is our first X99 build with a personality that came on with us. So very excited about that as well. But I guess probably I should direct us to the rest of the build, right?
Yeah.
And I guess starting on our left, we have the video card that was provided for us by EVGA. Thank you guys for that. This is the Geforce Gtx 780 Ti. It's also using the ACX cooler that EVGA is known for. So you're going to get a lot of performance out of that, and it's going to help you with GPU Boost 2.0.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's going to kick up the frame rate quite a bit because it's going to overclock it on the fly. And with that extra cooler, it's going to have a little more headroom too.
Awesome.
Below that, we have something from Cooler Master. That is a V750 semi-modular power supply. Benefit of that is going to be the fact that it's semi-modular and also 750 watt power supply. I believe it's gold. I can't actually say it from here. Yes, I think it's at least 80 plus bronze, or no, 80 plus gold. Thank you. Tina's zooming in for me so I can read it. Thank you, Tina. So yes, and that's going to make it more efficient, and over the course of many years, and most definitely over its lifetime, it's going to save you a little bit on your electrical bill.
Awesome.
So moving back up to the top, a little bit to the left of that, we see the EVGA motherboard that EVGA has provided. This is the X99 classified motherboard. This thing's such a monster too. 4-way SLI compatible and 4-way crossfire compatible as well. I mean, you're never going to throw that much into it, but if you decided to, the lanes on this processor are going to provide everything you're going to need. You're not going to go that hardcore. I mean, you're going to be fine with the single 780 Ti, and depending on which monitor you get, I'm coaxing you towards the ROG Swift monitor, but depending on which monitor you get,
that looks
probably a second 780 Ti wouldn't hurt you. It would help you for sure, but I think beyond that, there's a diminishing gains in terms of the money you'd be spending on that. And plus, the monitor itself, at that price point, it's just going to be much better just to buy that monitor and just have that amazing thing in your household. Below that, we have the Neptune 280L, also from Cooler Master, and that's going to be cooling this awesome processor. It's basically going to give us 280 millimeters of a radiator that's just going to dissipate all the heat from that processor.
No fires.
Yes, no fires.
Yes.
No, and it's going to be quiet too.
Good.
So and give you a bit of overclocking headroom. We'll see what we can get it up to.
Awesome.
All right. Then we have an external Samsung DVD writer that Samsung has provided. And there is some benefits to this. One, because I know you sort of asked that if you could get an optical drive in a build that you showed me that you were planning on getting anyways. So I tried to get one. Samsung recommended using an external, and some of the advantage of that would be mainly because most of us don't typically use optical media very much anymore, depending on how much you back up and what you use to back up. But having something that's external means that now you don't have to worry about getting it for all your systems. You just get this one CD-ROM.
Move it all
you
between
just
them.
Pop it in there as you need. Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep, exactly. Get some of the stuff off your old laptop too. Let's say that the CD-ROM there is just failing or dying. Then you can pop this in and get maybe a little bit more reliability on the backups that you make off that before you transfer it into this system. Then WD has provided for you a 2 terabyte red drive, and I know it's not the black drive that a lot of gamers out there would anticipate that we'd be using for this, but it is a red drive, and the reason why I selected a red drive for this build is because at some point or another, as a video content, as a video editor, and as the fact that you're going to have tons of this large files over time, you're going to want to move towards maybe a NAS to store it. And the red drives are specifically made to work with a NAS environment. They're meant to be run 24 hours a day, versus some other hard drives maybe will only operate for the standard operating time of 8 hours a day. You know, like when you go to work, you're not working all the time. These drives are intended to work all the time and to use in a NAS. So many advantages with that. Since it's a 2 terabyte drive, you're going to use it in the system now. But eventually, buy 2, 3, 4 of them, and then throw them into an external NAS that you'll just plug in on your network.
All of the storage.
Yeah, all of the storage, you know, and you'll have everything there backed up, all of your resources that you need for all your videos.
Great.
And then moving over to the memory, this is actually 16 gigabytes of memory, of Ddr4 memory to be more specific, and I believe the speed is 2666? Yes, 2666 with timings of CL 15, 15, 15, and 35. And of course, being that it is an X99 platform, we did need to have Ddr4 memory, and Frank was able to come through with this. This is a 4-DIMM kit. I can't wait to get this quad-channel memory kit up and running on your system, because I just can't wait for you to give me numbers on it and find out what's going to happen in terms of the performance gain you're actually getting. Next to that, Microsoft is also providing Windows 8.1 Pro, and that is a phenomenal operating system. In fact, you mentioned to me something I'm not used to hearing from people, which is that you actually really enjoy Windows 8.1.
Yeah,
right?
I love Windows 8 a lot more than Windows 7.
Nice. Well, hey, and you said it's much prettier, right?
It's, well, that too. I like the functionality. The functionality, and it is kind of pretty. So.
Nice. Well, those are two important things. Aesthetics are very important when it comes to computing. Then next to that, we have an SSD that has actually been provided by Samsung. So thank you very much for that, Samsung. This is a 256 gigabyte brand new Samsung SSD. It's the 850 Pro, which uses the new 3D VNAND, which is awesome. I think you're going to really enjoy the performance you're going to get out of that.
I'm just excited for the startup speeds.
Oh yeah, and Windows 8, combine those two with a UEFI BIOS, it's just going to be.
Am I going to shed a tear?
Oh yeah, I'll show you. You're gonna panic. You're gonna freak out and punch me in the face. It's gonna be so awesome.
It's gonna be a really interesting build. It's gonna get violent. My goodness.
Yeah, Tucker warned me. No, I'm just kidding. So next to that, the chassis that's encapsulating all of these awesome components, except for the external CD-ROM. That is the CM Storm from Cooler Master, the CM Storm Striker, excuse me, from Cooler Master. So this you actually requested specifically, and you enjoyed the fact that it would be a white chassis too, right? So at some point or another, I think you're going to be throwing in some lighting in this. That might happen, maybe?
Gotta get some pretty LEDs in there.
Nice, nice.
Aesthetics there.
I will enjoy seeing updated customizations to this build once we're finished with it and you get this in your hands. So, all right. I think that being said, I'm literally chomping at the bit here to get building here.
Tear it all apart.
Are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Let's build. All right, so there was a small error there, but we rectified that problem, and now it should start. In fact, I already kind of know, but
cheater. My goodness.
But without further ado, I know I can't help it. I'm sorry.
All right.
But please go ahead and do the honors for everybody else for the very first time. Let's see what happens when you push the button. Could I have told you? Yay! Woo! There's many powers.
Awesome.
Powers. Look at that.
This is great.
So then later you might be putting in some lighting too and everything, and just kind of more customization, right?
Yes.
I can't wait to see what you end up doing with that. EVGA boards, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beeping that you'll expect to hear.
They just want to hang out. They're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
They're just saying, hey.
Windows, of course, not being installed yet. This is what you're going to see, but that pretty much proves this post. Everything's good.
It works.
System is awesome. Ugh.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Don't forget to send us more information about everything after you get it all up and running at your pad, and play around with it for a while and come back to us and be like, this is not as good as my laptop.
Take it back.
But that being said, I do want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. So why don't you go ahead and start us off here?
Absolutely. Definitely big thanks to Coolmaster, EVGA, and g.skill.
Awesome. Also, thank you very much to Microsoft as well as Intel, and I can't forget WD and Samsung. So thank you guys very much. And speaking of that, there's a very small little Samsung. I'll let you hold that. There you go. Yeah. Little external optical drive, so you'll be able to use that with all of your other systems too in the house.
Awesome.
So can't wait for that.
Great.
Thank you so much. And is there anywhere that people can go to find more Sonja Reid or Oh My God, It's Firefoxx?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely on YouTube is my biggest thing. So youtube.com/OMGitsFirefoxx with 1X. Twitter.com/OMGitsFirefoxx with 2 X's, as well as twitch.tv OMGitsFirefoxx with 2 X's.
Oh, I was going to say with 3.
Ah.
Okay. Because it just keeps adding.
Yeah, just add one more X every social media page that I go on.
There'll be like 10 of them soon. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Also, we had a blast making this video for you. And until then, we will see you on the interwebs. Thanks for watching.